So here's the story. I'm in Home Depot, and you know I don't go with a list, right? And I remember I need a light bulb, and there's a wall with like 5 million different kinds of light bulbs, and I don't remember, you know, is it one the short neck or the long neck or how many watts or whatever, right? So actually I ended up making 3 trips probably in that day to Home Depot to get the freaking light bulb. So first piece of this puzzle is I want to build an app where I can, in my house, take a picture of whatever I've got.
Evernote.
Okay, so a picture of the item or the barcode and collect everything that I need. So
all your
when
consumables.
So when I go to the hardware store or any place else,
printer ink.
This is what I got. Okay, that's the first piece. The second piece is I want to make sure that whatever I buy is compatible with whatever I've already got. So you know, you buy a stereo, right, or an iPod or whatever it is, and something breaks, and you go to the hardware store or the music store, and you buy the input jack or whatever it is, and you bring it home and you realize, shit, this doesn't work, and now I have to go back again. I want something that I can take a picture of what I've got at home, go to the store, take a picture of what they've got there, or just compare the barcodes and have it say, ah, this is compatible with what you've got, but if it's not, all you have to do is buy this other little dongle over here and then it will be compatible. That's it.
Evernote would do a big chunk of it.
Yeah, and
So go ahead. I mean, Evernote lets you create this sort of digital archive of all the stuff that you have.
yeah.
Very easily searchable, does text.
It doesn't have the knowledge, though, of saying that X works with Y.
Well,
Right, that's the key piece.
I mean, that's the piece of the puzzle then is if you're in Radio Shack and you say, I have X, you go up to the guy.
Well, I don't know. Evernote, you give Evernote a picture of a light bulb, and he doesn't know what that is.
So
what Evernote
And the guy at
has,
Home Depot won't be able to help you.
Evernote has an API, and you can build essentially a plugin or an app that works with Evernote that does the other part. And they do recognition. You post something that's a picture, and
Right.
it can get recognized and turned into text.
So that'll keep track of what I've got, and so then I've got to build this database, obviously, of all this other manufactured stuff.
Yeah, and you can sell a plugin for Evernote,
Right,
and
Or you can crowdsource
and then you only have to deal with half the problem instead of the whole problem.
right.
So somebody else is doing something very similar. That's Amazon. You take pictures of something, and I saw an article on Lifehacker that people are using it to take insurance inventories. So they'll go around their house, they'll take pictures of everything,
Right.
and then it'll go into Amazon. They'll be like, "Is this what this is?" And they'll say yes, and they'll have a shopping list, but essentially they're using it for.
So in case there's an emergency,
case
a
there's an
flood or a
emergency.
fire or something.
But so the technology exists to be able to do that part.
Where are you going to get all the
Front,
data?
right.
Where are you going to get all the data for it? How are you going to get all
Well,
the data?
that's the question. So my view is you got to look at then, you know, you got the manufacturers of the products, right? So they're not going to give it to you. It's going to be the people who are the retailers of the products who have an interest in providing you with the specs necessary to make the connection between what you've got.
This data brought to you by Radio Shack.
Exactly. I mean, so for example, you know, on the Home Depot idea, right? You know, heck, every time you buy something, it's scanned in, they know who bought it. You should be able to sell this service actually to Home Depot and say, look, anybody who walks into your store, you should be able to tell them everything they've purchased from you for the last 20 years, right? So,
I've got another copy for you.
okay.
I wonder if you would never be able to get access to it, but you could mine the data from Home Depot to say, okay, this person bought this, and this, which would essentially be, well, if you pick the last light bulb they purchased in that set, you could then say, okay, this is the compatible light bulb with these features.
Or even better if you had it where, because they're consumables, you could have it where, hey, this information is freely available and we're happy to do that. But the other side is you click, hey, my lamp in the living room just burnt out, send me a new light bulb, and it'll automatically do that and somehow.
Yeah, automatic order. Right. Sort of the home
Whoever's
workshop
responsible
type
for data,
approach.
So,
you know, get a link back to them. Like they gave you the pictures for you know, the data on that item, and then the item breaks, or you need something else for that item, and say,
Right, the
hey,
manufacturers
we got
know
that stuff. Go drive over to our store and pick it up.
Yeah.
The triggering event registration is a receipt.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if you can find the fanatics for that product, they'll do it.
Yeah.
You know,
So
there
there
are a couple of guys, and I think last year as Founder Institute, they were trying to solve a similar problem. They're basically saying you got all this shit in your house, you never remember when the warranty expires and all that stuff, right? So they were trying to tackle a similar problem, and their approach, from what I remember, was, why don't we tap into your credit card receipts? Well, like the stream, when you buy that stuff in the store, like we keep track of all the stuff you buy.
Right.
And that way we have a data point that we can potentially match it against the database.
Right.
The problem with the credit card receipt, the credit card receipt says,
What you bought,
I
not
spent
what it is.
$110
Yeah.
at Best Buy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the receipt.
You know who knows it though? It's
Yeah,
Amazon.
the vendor has that stuff. The
I buy a
vendor has to
printer
buy
through
that,
Amazon.
SKU, right? So.
Wasn't there a company that
And they say
came
it all,
out
but when
to
I go to
have
it's like
the,
Amazon
I was
Fresh,
on
they don't
Build
try to sell the
Consumer.
printer.
you sign up for it, it would bubble up when you're buying things, it would kind of show you like what you bought, like as a status type thing.
Well, credit card companies do that too today. I mean, if you buy
Yeah,
something
I
at
mean, they're doing something.
like insured for
But it's more around this publisher.
First Mondays.
No way.
Yeah.
But if they can figure out how to get that data.
I think they got the same
And
problem.
You see the same products within the same.
That's
Just type. You give them
Thanks.
Oh,